Hello, glorious, magnificent being. Thank you for tuning in for this grounding meditation that I like to call a spiritual toilet flush. And let me explain. You can always, once you heard this introduction, fast forward to the point where the meditation starts. But a lot of clients that I work with have a undefined root chakra, meaning that they don't have their own roots. They typically tend to ground themselves either through food or through relationships that aren't always healthy. So if you're a honey or a bunny who feels like has a struggling relationship with food, where you find yourself in cycles of 3 days or 7 days of binging or using a lot of food to ground yourself, you may have an undefined root chakra. Or if you find yourself having a really hard time letting go of toxic relationships, even though your mind knows it's not necessarily the greatest for you, then that may be also the case for you. If you're going through something that uprooted you, like say a death of a loved one, or moving, or a new job, or any kind of change that wasn't necessarily expected or chosen, so something that's happening for you and breaking you open, all of that can uproot us and overly excite our nervous system. And grounding ourselves feels really, really good. So a couple of other symptoms of being ungrounded is a lot of energy up here. So just like analysis paralysis, overthinking, making up stories, making assumptions, just feeling like you're completely coming unhinged and like you're out of your body, not even knowing what you're feeling, not really feeling connected to your body. So we can cultivate our own roots and our connection to the earth by doing grounding exercises when we're activating our root chakra. So this meditation is for that, but it's also about calling in the divine love energy, so really filling up your cup. So I want you to envision yourself being like a container, a love tank. Think of yourself as a love tank. The bottom is your root chakra, which is located at the very end of your spine, like right behind your genitals. I said genitals, right behind your genitals, and so that's the bottom of your cup. And you have this like container, and every day in our self-care practices, in the morning, in our rituals, ideally we want to fill it up. And then something might happen, and you use a little bit of juice out of your love tank, and traffic and little stuff, the phone ringing, things just not working out the way you want them to, and we lose a little bit of that energy, or we are in a conversation where we're kind of hemorrhaging energy, or we're making choices that is hemorrhaging energy. So over time, we want to learn how to build this container, and how to have this tank and widen it and make it so big, and then fill it every day so full, so overflowing, that we're no longer coming to this life, what can I get? But we're coming to this life, what can I give? Because we're so full. So that's the idea in a nutshell. So this is what you can fast forward through next time you're doing this. So we're at minute 3:20. So remember that for next time. So what I like for you to do is find a comfortable seat. Some of you may want to lay down for this. So I'm sitting in a chair. I'm just going to uncross my legs and put my naked bare feet on the earth and just connect and root down. If you like to, you can put your palms face down on your thighs. You can also face them up. For extra grounding, you can also take your middle finger, your ring finger, and your thumb lightly to touch, and then rest it like this with this mudra. That's extra grounding all the way on your legs. We'll begin by finding a focal point with your eyes open that's directly across from you in the room. So I'm going to hold my awareness now on the camera and finding that little spot. And let yourself soften your eyes as you find that one spot you rest your eyes on. Keeping our eyes open initially helps the mind to settle quicker. So holding your eyes straight ahead on that one point. See, even let yourself become aware of what's to your right. And then holding your eyes straight ahead, gently let yourself become aware of what's above your head. Holding your eyes straight ahead, notice what's to your left. And still resting your eyes on that one small spot, notice what's below you. Now see if you can take in the entire room, softly gazing straight ahead, resting your present moment awareness on that one spot and noticing your surroundings. When you're ready, give yourself a deep breath in, and let's close our eyes together and hold our present moment awareness right behind the eyes. Allow your mind to do what it does. Remember that our body is always in the present moment. And our mind can time travel and can imagine things that aren't here in this dimension. So in your mind's eye, I'd like for you to shift your gaze up. Shift your gaze up a few inches over your head. And please imagine a golden, bright white light sun directly above your head. Notice that golden, bright white light sun directly above your head, becoming a little bit more defined, a little bit bigger. And then as if you're turning on a shower, imagine this golden, bright white light coming down like a peaceful blanket, all the way down into your scalp, all the way down over your forehead, illuminating you right behind your eyes. Notice this golden, bright white light, peaceful blanket slowly encompassing your brain. This golden, bright white light oozing down into your face, slowly sinking down through your jaw. Golden, bright white light peacefully relaxing your throat, your neck, your shoulders. Feel that golden, bright white light slowly sinking down into your heart, into your chest, into your ribs. Feel that golden, bright white light moving down your arms all the way down into your palms. So even rest your awareness in the center of your palms and feel this golden, bright white light gathering in the center of your palms. Now feel this bright white light moving down your belly, illuminating your digestive system. This healing, bright, divine energy moving down into your hips. Feel it moving down into your thighs, down your knees, down your calves, all the way into the soles of the feet. Let your present moment awareness rest in the soles of your feet for just a moment. Beautiful. This is the way divine feminine energy travels, all the way from the top down, down, down. Now let's time travel and imagine that you are sitting here an hour from now. Just imagine being underneath a golden, bright white light shower for an hour. So every single molecule, every single mitochondria, every single ounce of you is filled up and illuminated with bright white light. Enjoy being in that energy. Now see if you can imagine in your mind's eye focusing on an oil pan hovering underneath your seat a few inches below you. So an oil pan is that kind of industrial size looking sink, the hole in the middle and a funnel that points down to the earth. And for now that funnel is closed. So just hold this image of this imaginary oil pan below your seat. And in your mind's eye, I'd like for you to reach down with your right hand and slowly loosen up the tip of that funnel so that it's open now down to the earth. Whew, you may immediately feel that release, that letting go. Now you're wide open at the top and wide open at the bottom, flashing golden bright white light all the way from the top to the bottom. Feel yourself, imagine yourself, picture yourself releasing all that doubt, all that mental activity, all this questioning, all this seeking. Release it all the way down, down, down to the center of the earth. However you're experiencing this release, let yourself experience it without judgment or analysis or condemnation. Releasing all the fears, all the old programming, all of other people's energies, all of other people's opinions, all of the beliefs that keep you in a low vibration. Release it all the way down, down, down to the center of the earth. There'll come a point when you start to feel really light, really content. When you start to feel like you fully flushed everything out. So let's fast forward in our mind's eye by another hour and imagine flushing for an hour. Imagine that this golden bright white light shooting from your crown all the way down through your feet, all the way down, down, down to the center of the earth has released you and freed you. So when you're ready, reach down in your mind's eye with your right hand and close the lid, close the funnel. And immediately you're starting to feel the bottom of your container. Imagine the molecules in your seat snuggling a little bit closer to the molecules of the chair underneath your seat. Imagine the molecules, the soles of your feet, snuggling a little closer to the molecules at the floor underneath your feet. Imagine the molecules underneath your hands, snuggling a little closer to the molecules in your hands. And as you feel this stability, this security, this earth pressing up against you, completely holding you, I want you to visualize that container that you are, your love tank. So let's go back to turning on that golden bright white light shower. And this time, we're starting to feel it, see it, imagine it filling up, starting at our feet. So as you turn on that golden bright white light shower, you're being filled with love, with juicy energy, starting at the soles of your feet. Start to feel the salts dancing in your feet. Gently feel that light pouring down like you are a glass of water being filled. Slowly feeling that energy filling up your ankles, filling up your calves, filling up your knees, your thighs, filling up your root chakra, pulling up through your belly, pulling up into your bottom ribs, golden bright white light expanding in your chest, in your armpits, in your collarbones, in your shoulders, pouring down your arms into your palms. Really let yourself feel that golden bright white light gathering again in your palms. Feel it filling up your throat, your neck, all the way encompassing your jaw, your chin, your mouth, your nose, your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, your brain, all the way back into the skull, all the way shooting out like a waterfall, like a fountain shooting out of your head, oozing out the sides of your container. Your cup is so full, it's running over. Now imagine this golden bright white light moving down the sides of your container and beginning to encompass you like a golden bright white light egg-shaped bubble. Picture yourself now sitting inside of a golden bright white light egg-shaped bubble, pulsing, radiating, vibrating at the highest frequency. Stable, safe, content. Just enjoy being in your own energy, purely cleansed, grounded, connected, and centered. As you breathe in and breathe out, just drop this idea into your mind. I am love. I am love. I am love. Now, before we conclude this meditation, see if you can bring again into your mind's eye now this 3D reality of the room you're sitting in. Bring back the memory of that spot that you chose to focus on in the room that surrounds you. Notice the sounds that are present right now around you. Remember that nothing you want is upstream. Trust and allow. So when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. How are you feeling? So give this a few rounds of practice, yeah? And let yourself experience whatever you're experiencing. If you feel a little ungrounded, you can place your hands, not ungrounded, if you feel a little out of it, put your hands on your seat. Sometimes when we meditate and we really allow ourselves to go into that experience, our brainwave state goes into what's called alpha brainwave state. It's actually heightened awareness, heightened consciousness, and creativity. So if anything is coming up for your journal, just remember not to analyze. There's nothing that comes from that. Just be with it. Accept and love yourself in your experience. So thank you so much for making the choice to meditate, to fill your cup, to build your container, to widen your container, because the world needs you lit up and full. And if you're not feeling full, don't judge yourself. Just keep filling, keep healing as much as you can. Allow yourself to receive support from those around you that love you and care about you. Reach out anytime you want. I appreciate you. Namaste.